Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to the post-game show, Eagles Talk post-game. Our Philadelphia Eagles pulled out a tough one against the Indianapolis Colts, made it tougher than what it should have been, at least what I think it should have been, but this is where we are now. We are in the mode of people, it's 9 games into the season. People have tape on us now, and they're figuring some things out, and they held our once explosive offense to 17 points, and those 17 points weren't accumulated until the fourth quarter. We only had 3 points, but we have the W, so I'll take the W. But we can no longer gloss over wins like we did in the first 8 weeks. I think some of that was we were surprised to be coming out as strong as we were and to put those amount of wins together. But now, after seeing our team being beat last week, now you see that the way that this game played out, that these are what you've seen that we struggle with are real struggles. And we're going to probably have to continue to work on these things if we're going to remain a top team in the league. But some people have figured out some things. They ran the ball. They were committed to running the ball. I'm talking about the Indianapolis Colts. They were committed to running the ball. They have figured out the RPO to a certain extent. They are coming in wide to kind of force Jalen to hand the ball off, and then they're prepared to stop the running back as he goes between the tackles or up the gut. They've cut out Jalen keeping the ball and then running around the side. They kind of cut that out. Although I will give Jalen credit because we did win this game on his legs. We did win this game on his legs. Once he had some orchestrated runs, I think that's what opened the game up for us. And then that last touchdown was him rushing up the middle. So Jalen kind of saved us with his athletic ability. My co-host talked about it in the pregame that we need to use him more in the run game. Well, they did use him more in the run game in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line, and it proved to be successful. I mean, that's the only way we win this game, be it not for Jalen Hurts' athletic ability and him being able to rush the football. But they have figured out some things on the RPO. So Steichen and Sirianni and the offensive staff are going to have to go back and figure that out. The defense did okay. I mean, come on. They held the other team to 16 points. You can't ask for anything more than that. Were there moments where you were upset with the defense? Yes, early on I was very upset because they were running the ball kind of successfully, but I think they settled down. How about seeing the 2 new guys team up for a sack? That was exciting, right? That was exciting. Let me go to some comments out here. How do you guys feel about this win? I like I said, I'm happy that we got the W, but this is a W after seeing what happened last week. We cannot gloss over the mistakes. We cannot gloss over that. We kind of glossed over them because we were winning so much in the first 8 games, but now after seeing some chinks in the armor being revealed, we cannot ignore them. That was a tough game, and we have to work on some things. John Baptiste says, "Whoo, yeah, it was a whoo." Travis says, "Fly Eagles fly." Stephanie Miss Sandlin says 9-1. How's your husband doing? If he watched this game, I know he was not happy at all for most of this. Robin says, "Football guys bailed this out." Robin was in the game chat on the group page, like, "Oh, please, the football guys, don't let me down," and they did not. They came through for you, Robin. Was that a Hurts fourth quarter comeback? Yes, that was a Hurts fourth quarter comeback, and that was big. Yeah, don't let me not gloss over that fact. That was huge. We needed him. We needed to see him do something like that, and he did it today. So that makes me feel better. That gives me some confidence that if the game is on the line, we can count on him. I know that we haven't had to to count on him doing that. But that was a game that I would say him and the offense definitely pulled out, and him especially with his legs. Raymond says, "Man, my anxiety is up 9-1. Yes, it is. Oh, what a game. Yes. Oh, what a game." Richard is in the house. Richard says, "Y'all effing ass." All right. Kiara says, "I got 5 new gray hairs." Yeah. Yeah. Jerome says, "A win is a win." Hey, look, it is. A win is a win. And I'm going to take it. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to be happy with it. But, we're going to have to look at some things. We got to clean some things up. This was an ugly win against a team not considered a good team, not considered a good team. So we lost to a team that is just starting to get their bearings about them. And I'm talking about the Commanders last week. They were a below 500 team when they came into that game and they beat us. And now we almost lost another one to a below average team. So to me, that's room for concern. We have to be concerned that this is not like this was not the Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills we were playing the past 2 weeks. It was the Commanders and the Colts. And one team beat us and the other one took us down to the wire. So I know it's a every given Sunday, and none of these teams and all these teams are professional football teams. But if we're going to talk about if we're going to talk about the quality of teams we're facing, these admittedly were not the upper echelon, and we struggle with them. So again, that blueprint is out there. People are. I said before in the pregame, people are going to take a page out of that blueprint of what the Commanders did, and we just saw the first team post Commanders that have attempted to do so, and we were fortunate to get this win. I said that the offense would be key to overcoming that type of strategy, and they didn't help out much. They didn't put the points up that had we put up, this would have been an easier game. We could have forced them out of that strategy, but we didn't put the points up. We didn't. We had 3 points. We trailed. This is the second game in a row. Reason for concern again. Second game in a row that we trailed at halftime. Not only did we trail at halftime, we trailed going into the fourth quarter, second week in a row. So yeah, that's a reason for concern for me. Again, I'll take the W because we're trying to solidify that number one seed in the NFC. So every win counts. So I'll take that. Um, Roy is on the house. Roy, what's up, man? Happy belated, man. I didn't even get to see you or talk to you or anything on your birthday, man. Happy belated birthday. But he is right. We have to do that shot. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So I am on my sobriety, 30-day sobriety. November, I do it every year. The month after my birthday, I do a 30 days sobriety. So I'm in day 27. So I'm not going to be partaking in the festivities today, but I will lead you guys and root you guys on in doing that. Let's celebrate our Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to just sip on this coffee, and you guys get the adult beverage of your choice, and then let's salute our Philadelphia Eagles on this big win today. So down the hatch to our Philadelphia Eagles. 3, 2, 1. All right, let me go to your comments. Let me see what you guys are thinking. Jason, how'd you feel about that game? Man, penalties killed our big plays early. Yes, they did, and that's a wake up call because I saw some sloppy play out there from our offense. Penalties, drop passes, turnovers again. So this is a I'm not. This is a good time, I guess. This is a good time to get this out of the way and have it rear its ugly head so we can correct it in a timely fashion and go into the postseason with playing better football, playing more disciplined football. Because right now we seem to be fat and lazy off of the 8-game winning streak. I don't know. It's like they're not playing as sharp as they were. 4 turnovers last week, and this week the penalties and the turnovers not good. So if it's going to happen at any time, I'd rather see it happen now than before we enter into the playoffs. And that's what it is. It was sloppy play, discipline. So I don't know if this team is getting fat and lazy, or feeling themselves. I don't know. I thought that this was a team that had that mental fortitude to not get ahead of themselves, not get big heads or anything like that. But and I can't say that that's what's happening, but that's 2 weeks in a row. So something has to happen. I'm gonna give a little credit to the other team because they've schemed well, and like I said, they have 9 weeks worth of tape on this offense. This what we thought was a potent offense. They have 9 weeks, and defensive coordinators are coming out with a game plan to slow this offense offense down, and they did so today. I mean, come on, we had to put those points up in the fourth quarter to pull out this win here today. All right, Cheryl, what do you say? Foot, stay sharp. We need a big turnaround. Get out the big hits. Let's go. Yeah. 4 penalties in that one drive. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. God, that was sloppy, yo. That was sloppy. We needed to draw to, I don't know, D how we could win this type of game. Show. Okay, show we could win this type of game. Yeah, that checks off one box. That checks off a box for me, especially with Jalen Hurts. Seeing him pull out a win in the final minutes of a game. See if he could put together a game-winning drive, and he did just that. Tony Barron says, big turnaround for our D. That's the big, probably only takeaway today. Offense needs to come up with a plan minus Goddard. Yes, we do. We struggled again, and you can see where his absence means a lot. We got, excuse me, we have to hold it down until he comes back. Walter says, wasn't pretty, but we'll take it. Need to clean it up and hold on to the freaking ball. Yes, we do need to do that. They need to, yeah, that was a horrible fumble by AJ Brown. Boy, what was that? That was just lack of focus. Graham making up for last week with the timely sack. Yes, that was almost Super Bowl 52ish. Like, yo, we needed that sack. That was a game changer right there. A game saver, let's put it that way. After this game, I need a double shot. Yeah, well, let me know what you're doing. Roy said he did the monkey shoulder scotch. All right, you can do that because that's not well aged, Roy. But it's kind of sacrilegious to do shots of fine scotch. So anyway, Justin, another reason why I feel the defense won that game is because the court only had 99 rushing yards, and just think pretty much all of it was on that first drive. Yeah. After that first drive, and that first drive was discouraging to see that. But yeah, they settled down pretty much after that, and I give them credit for that. Defense didn't play too bad. After they gave up 10 in the first half, and then 2 field goals after that. So yeah, I think the defense held their part. They did their part. It was the offense that had a slow, bad day. So they got to clean up some things, and some of it was undisciplined with the penalties and not securing the ball, and yeah, we got some things to clean up. And because we took that loss last week, these things are they catch my attention now. Like they wouldn't have caught my attention in the first 8 games, especially after game 5 when we were on a 5-game winning streak and the such. But now they stand out a little more to me. Susan says, let Hurts run. That's the problem. Someone has grounded him. Yeah, we saw Hurts being unleashed in the fourth quarter, and thank God, because that's the reason why we won the game. I really think his legs are the reason. His legs, especially in the fourth quarter, is a big part of why we pulled this game out. Why we're not talking about 8-2 right now. Why we can give a hell yeah this week, because we got to win. And that's an inside joke for any of my neighbors that's on here, maybe on here. Dwight Brown said he's drinking the Gentleman Jack Daniels. Did you do a double shot, Dwight? Because this was a double shot type of game today. Uh, Hank White says, "I'll take the win, and hopefully we build on this win." Yeah, we got to build on this win. It feels good to break to pull out a tight game. That always feels good. It feels good to see our young quarterback put together a game-winning drive. That feels good too. But it didn't feel good sitting there trailing for 3 quarters. That didn't feel good, and especially with the way we won our first 8 games, this was this felt very, very different. But it's a win nonetheless. And if this was the big game, or if this was a playoff game, we would live to play another week. So I'll take it. But we got to clean some things up. Leon says offense will get better. Will get cleaned up as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll need to get cleaned up as soon as possible. Ed Clinton, Sue and Joseph got going too. Good to see that right away. Yeah, that was good to see them team up for that sack. That was it was encouraging, very, very encouraging. And I didn't know how much to expect of them in this first game. I didn't know how many snaps or anything like that. So it was good to even see them out there on the field after like 2 days or so, 2 or 3 days of practice or whatever. That was encouraging just to see them on the field, and then to see them team up for the sack. I like it. Now imagine with a full week under their belt, and as weeks go on, they get more acclimated to what's going on, and they get in playing shape. I liked what I saw today. I like what I saw. Defense did a good job. Hank White says the 2 add-ons helped us out today. We just got to figure out offense now and cruise to the playoffs. Yes, we do have to figure out the offense, and we have to hopefully cruise to the playoffs. Let me see. Ananias says, I'd love to struggle to the first seed and get hot in the playoffs. Nitpicking. AJ doesn't look explosive. Hurts looked like he was sick and fatigued, but pulled it off. Big moves by Howie. Proved to be impactful. Go Birds. I couldn't have said it better myself. Great summation, Ananias. Think they should take a look at Sproles, or is it strictly kick return blocking? I don't know. I will have to look at it again. But I haven't seen anything anything as far as scheming that that's going to help. I don't know. Maybe a change at punt return might be it. And if so, I mean, our return game is so horrible that alone would give me reason to at least consider Darren Sproles. You know what I mean? At least consider him with the way our return game is now. Now, if we were getting any type of production out of him, maybe I would. That would be a crazy thing to think, right? But our special teams, as I said in the pregame, they suck, and they super suck. I mean, they suck. They are the last ranked special teams in the league, so it's documented. They stink. So, with that being the case, yeah, I would probably entertain uh, a Darren Sproles, or somebody. I would entertain anybody at this point. John Batiste says, I think BG, Sue, and Joseph are the only ones left in the NFL from the 2013 draft. Oh, that's amazing. Tony Byrne, I think it would have been a different result without those 2 midweek acquisitions. Possibly so, because we were getting gashed. But I'm glad, and then let me say that they didn't bully us today. We brought the bullies to them. So the bullying stopped. No lunch money given up today. And I'm glad to see that. And that's probably because we got our protectors. We brought in some more protectors, and they didn't allow it. So great job by Howie again, making timely pick up acquisitions during the week. We thank him for that. What else? Donovan Bramlett. I think we need to sign a veteran tight end. Maybe. Gronk. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. If anybody can bring Gronk in, it would be Howie, right? James Nook Fripp says, I think he's our missing spark on special teams. Maybe. Well, he's talking about Darren Sproles, of course. And John Batiste, there have been almost 400 punt returns in the NFL this season, and New England just ran the first one for a touchdown. Nobody's returning punts for TDs. Look, I don't want a TD. I would I'll take good field position. You know what I mean? I'll take a yards, period, like plus yards. Like we our punt return game has given us no advantage. If anything, it has been a disadvantage. And that's what special teams are for, is to help you play the position game, field position game, and they have contributed zero to our field position game. So I just take good field position at this point. Forget the touchdowns. That's just too far off for me to see right now. With the way that our special teams is playing, I would just take the positive field position. Is that possible? Can we get that? Anybody out there that can do that for us? Mel Davis says, would be crazy if he could come in as a game changer at age 39, wouldn't it? Alan Salt, sup fam? From Arizona, Trenton, New Jersey in the house. Blessed we all are. Yes, we all are blessed for opening our eyes today and having breath in our lungs and this thing in our chest beating. So yeah, and luckily today our team showed that they had that thing in their chest beating, and they pulled out a win today. I will give them that. It was a close win, and I'm not going to kill them totally. It's some things that I'm concerned about, but in the end, it's a W, and our team, and you gotta have a certain amount of fortitude to come back that late in the game, not give up, and come out with a victory. So, with all the things that I said I'm concerned about, I do applaud them for pulling this game out. That was how you answer adversity. They answered the adversity from last week's loss and the 3 quarters of adversity that they were experiencing in this game here today, and they overcame them both and and came out with a W. So I have to take my hats off to the Philadelphia Eagles today. But go back to the drawing board and let's let's do better next week. But I'll take the W. Yeah. Alan Salt, special teams blocking and coverage blows. Yes. And Samuel Dowling. Did anyone else notice AJ Brown demeanor during the entire game, even on Watson's TD? No, I did not. Could you point it out for me? And maybe you can jog my memory. Um, I'm glad we pulled this one out, because I did notice some demeanors on the sideline, right? And I was just thinking, like, I was going to really jump on that had we lost, because the body languages didn't look what I was seeing, the players they were showing. I was like, whoa, doesn't look good. I'm not feeling that killer instinct vibe from looking at them, the shot of them on the sideline. So I hope I wasn't reading into it too much, and I guess I'll just dismiss it now that we came out with a win. Maybe I was wrong, because the person I was talking about was actually the reason why we scored. I didn't see he didn't look confident to me, but he got the win. So I guess maybe I was reading that wrong. Uh, Walter says, side note, I'm never rooting for Dallas. Nah, not ever. We beat the Vikings, so a Dallas loss is better for us. Yeah, true that. Philip says the fight was there. They could have called it in, but come on, man. Offensively impotent and defensively blitz. Matt Ryan, he can never handle pressure. Yeah, and we can never give it to him. I'm only kidding. I mean, I mean, they got to him, right, but I know what kind of pressure you're talking about. If you're talking about the same type of pressure that I want to see, I'm talking about, I want to see blitzing. I don't want to see just the regular 4-man front or 5-man front. Well, the 5-man front is better than the 4-man front, of course, but I like to see sending those extra defenders and outnumbering the amount of protection that they can provide, and getting sacks that way, dialing up pressure that way. That's the way I like to see pressure dialed up. And we talk about it all the time. Jonathan Gann is not a blitz heavy person. He's just not. And if he so happens to leave after this year, I hope that this team would be in the market to find one of those type of defensive coordinators that will bring the pressure, because we have a solid defensive unit, and I think that they could be utilized even better if we had a different coordinator at the helm. But I'm not going to kick dirt on the man while he's coming off a big win today and holding the opposing team to 16 points, because that's impressive. That is impressive. After going up 10-3, we only gave up two field goals after that. So I have to give him some credit for that. The defense did come to play today, and those 16 points provided us opportunity to be able to win this game. There were a couple of drives. Those two field goals, either one of them could have been touchdowns. So hats off to the defense, and reluctantly hats off to Jonathan Gannon for bouncing back and not getting gouged in the run game today, and holding that team to two field goals later in the game where they could have put it away, because had just one of those been a touchdown, we might not be sitting here talking about what a big win we pulled out. We'd be singing another tune. So Mel Davis is now. He said, not going to root for Dallas, but can root for Minnesota. Yo, brother Glenn, what's up? Look horrible today, but we will take it. Yes, we will all take it. And I will take it, and I'll analyze it along with my co-host, and we will be back on Thursday to break it down. I'm your man. In the absence of Nichelle and Pat and his birthday weekend, you guys go enjoy the Dallas Vikings game, and hopefully the Vikings come out on top. There's no way we can root for the Dallas Cowboys at all. So go root against them, and come back on Thursday at 7 o'clock, where we will do Eagles Talk upon further review and go over this game in its entirety and get ready for next week's matchup. So I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. I will see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace.